Hey everybody, Jay. We're working here in northeast Oklahoma on this property again today. We've done some quite a bit of cutting, and we've done some piling as well. Today we're going to run both tree saws. We're running a SVL 95 Kubota and a S850 Bobcat. So we've got probably 3 or 4 more acres to do on this job. He's got it under contract through the conservation program through FSA, so we're gonna work the next couple days at trying to finish up everything that he needs to get done to fulfill his contract with them. So stay tuned. Here we go. So I'll give you guys kind of an idea what we do when we clear pasture. As you can see, once you get the trees cut, there's not any grass. The trees are so thick that there's just not anything there nothing you can really depend on. And this hasn't had any cows on it for 20 years probably. So it's really thick, and the landowner has hired us to clear the trees off of it, and then in turn it'll end up getting sunlight on it, and there will be grass come back in this next spring. And this is our tree saws that we cut the trees down with, cut them off flush at the ground, and then we spray them. The blade is a 42-inch blade, I think 24 teeth on them. And the sprayer is back behind, so as soon as you cut the tree down, you're able to spray a couple of different. This is a chemical that we use, and this is another one that we use. We just don't use much of it, so it's a smaller tank, but the tank is actually in the frame. All this right here is room for chemical, so we spray the stump, kill the trees, and then everything else will come back. So, but anyway, that's one of the saws we have. We have 3 of them. We can run 3 if we need to. Most of the time there's just 2 of us, so we kind of use one as a spare. This is another one that goes on that Kubota I just started, but it has a grapple on it right now. We're trying to move a little bit of this brush and stuff out of our way with the grapple. This is a Bobcat we run. It's an S850 steel tracks. It works pretty good with when the conditions are wet, a little bit wetter, but they get kind of used pretty good in the brush. They get scratched up pretty easy, so it's kind of hard to watch the first few scratches get on them. But anyway, these are our tree saws we use. So it goes from this to this, and then we use the grapple. I'll show you that on the front of this Kubota. This is SVL 95. We use this to pile our brush. If we do jobs where the trees aren't real big, it works pretty good. If the trees are bigger, I have a friend that does dozer work, so we usually pawn some of that work off on him and let him push the piles up with a dozer if the trees are fairly big. But this size of tree here, our grapple and skid loaders do a pretty good job of getting them tight enough that they'll burn eventually. So I'm going to run this afternoon, piling a little more brush. So. But here we go. guard over the fuel cap. I broke two. I think they're $75 or $85 a piece. So a friend of mine cut a piece of pipe and made a guard so the brush wouldn't knock off our fuel cap, and it's pretty slick. He also did this. He made this guard to go over the hydraulics. Works really good. Made out of 3/8 plate. He's a pretty talented guy, so that's what he come up with. Pretty slick. He also did cover over the depth. He made this guard here. Pretty expensive cap when you have to go to replace them. Here where we're cutting, most of our trees are hedge and hackberry. There's elm, not very many oaks right here where we're at, but this tree is kind of interesting. This is a locust tree. Some of you are probably familiar with them. They have really long thorns, and if I can get that off there. And then we have hedge, or Osage orange, some people call it. A lot of those in this area, so that's why they get cut down a lot with these saws and come back with a vengeance. So that's why they want them cut off at the ground and then sprayed. I'll give you an idea kind of what we're doing today. Here's some trees we've cut down, we haven't piled yet, so. But anyway, back at it. This is a stump that's been cut off with our tree saws, and what we do is cut them off right flush with the ground, and then we spray them with a chemical, and it keeps them from sprouting back, and then over time they rot and decompose back to soil. videos of the outdoors, click subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks.